How much battery use I got on this? Ah, my mic is on. My mic is on. 1, 2, 1, 2. My mic is on. I'm like, all right. I need to get my lip gloss because you're not about to have me up here. Hi guys, happy full moon in Aquarius. Ooh, the tea. I don't know. The air is feeling very Aquarian, Uranian, 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 Uranian. Help me out, y'all. It's really feeling eccentric. It's feeling anything could go down at this point. And I feel it. I be feeling like I feel a little tense sometimes, so I had to like move my body. Speaking of move my body, guys, I was collaborating. I was a part of a collaboration of an event this past weekend on Sunday, and it was a great opportunity. I would say that. I would say that I feel like I am on this ladder. If I was to describe where I am right now with my business, I'm like just I'm taking the scenic route. I think that's a great way to explain it. I'm taking the scenic route because it's funny, y'all. I have my notes here, but this was not included on my notes. So I'm gonna keep going. Um, the experience, I feel like I'm just getting an opportunity to really do my three out loud, my line three, like just trial and error, and like, and I've been working on my patience and working on not feeling frustrated. And I said that to say is I didn't leave the event feeling successful because there was a certain energy I guess I was expecting, which is why I try not to have too much expectations because I hate the feeling of disappointment. It invites that bitterness in me. I feel like disappointments for me lead to bitterness. Like I get bitter after that. So I try to stray away from that. And I just felt myself questioning, like probably for the first time in my career, questioning where I'm at and where I'm going. And I guess it's that final residue or that final moment of just the tussle with your ego to have it be on an equal balance with you. So you guys could go together and face this spiritual experience together as one. But although I didn't feel that like a success feeling after the event, I would say I enjoyed just putting myself out there. Just the fact that I was nervous as hell too. So I really do believe like our outside definitely reflects what's happening inside, and the everyone else around me could have just been going off of my energy. Speaking of that, projectors, our energy is so potent. It's so potent. I didn't realize how potent it is until I started meeting more projectors. Have you guys experienced that yet? Like where the more projectors you meet, the more you understand yourself, the more you actually could see the how the projector aspect goes outside of yourself, because we are not the best at seeing ourselves. So it's great that we're building this community where we can all see ourselves as we see each other and vice versa. Like just yeah. So all that to say is I'm no more questioning. No more questioning about where I'm at. I feel like I wouldn't even be on this path if it just wasn't meant to be. You know, sometimes like it's so interesting when we question our journey because I love to pay attention to patterns, and I'm always catching patterns. I'm always catching when something is especially repetitive, like it's just happening in sequence. Like it just always strike out to me. I think it's my Uranus in my third house. I think so. It had a lot to do with that. I think it is. Or Neptune, because they're both together. Oh, together. Probably both of them together. I'm just trying to figure out where my chart this aspect comes from because I'm like totally aware. And it could also be a result of trauma. Maybe I experienced things out my control. So it's like my body's on high alert when things stand out than the rest. I'm still figuring myself the fuck out. We amplify the energy around us, but it happens right. I'm pretty sure it happens vice versa, just in general, you know. So let's just be mindful because I felt nervous. Maybe I don't know what the answer to that was. I'm a splenic 30, so I'm counting up to the fact that my body been new. It didn't want to journey there, but my mind, I just logically, I'm like, this is such a great opportunity because I'm starting out my business. I need a network. I need to, like, it's like, to me, it's like a demo. I'm showcasing what I'm doing. It's like, this is networking to me. Anything where I'm putting mirror magic and movement out there, even human design, even what I'm doing right now, it's networking, socializing, it's putting yourself out there, and which is what I want to talk about today. We're gonna get right into it because I could go on. I could go on for days. We'll talk more about these things for sure. I'm looking at my notes because it is a lot that I had thought about lately, and it has a lot to do with numbers, the amount of people that we find we we want to see us, or versus, like, even let's talk about it on social media terms. The higher the followers, the more people are just trying to figure out, okay, they want to jump on the bandwagon because, yeah, people be like, monkey see, monkey do. Not some monkey. I just feel like people like what majority of people like, or they find interest in what the majority of people are talking about. Even if you don't care for it, you still kind of curious to know, like, all right, what's going on? Are you find out? Or are you move on now? Like, it could be like that. Projectors, we read about the fact that we are here to guide the energy of others because we have this different abstract perspective that not too many other design types have, or we just have our own way of viewing things, like the bird's eye views. Like, you see what not a lot of people really could see suddenly. So I personally, I took that as, and because I am on social media as well, like, it took me a long time to even, like, admit to myself, like, this is what I want to do, because I just felt like it was really absurd. Like, why, bitch, why didn't you want to choose? Why didn't you choose to go into health, or something, something else, like, but I chose this route. Before I even read about the fact that we are here to guide others, numbers did mean a lot to me because it just felt like a lot of people were fucking with my shit. So, like, if I post something, like post one picture and it get like 15 likes, I didn't like that shit. I was like, even though I knew that what I was posting was popping, it used to subconsciously eat at me though. And there were layers of things that I had to go through to, like, really get far away from that. Like, even though, yes, projectors, we're here to guide the other energy. We're not for everybody, and that was something that I had to really come into terms with and be okay with, and not give too much thought to the numbers, thought to the quantity, but more so the quality. Like, how does it feel when you get that one recognition, and you know in your hearts of all hearts that's a recognition because you feel good. It made you feel alive. The person probably says something that you always thought was an inside joke with yourself. People could be amping you up, talking good about you, inviting you to rooms. That is a beautiful feeling, you know? That should mean more than 100,000 people just barely knowing you, but they watching you. So I had to work really hard to get myself away from caring about the numbers, because here's the craziest part. Like, for those who are into marketing, or those who are into content creating and into being on social media, whether you're delivering messages, you're doing a wellness, or you just have a business, entrepreneurs, like, we know that numbers turn into visibility, which then turns into money. Like, we know that. Like, that is just like 1, 2, 3. Like, it makes sense. It's present, right? So it's like having a balance between, yeah, I have to get to a certain part because that barrier is there. Like, at some point, the numbers do count. Like, how much followers you have to get on TikTok to, like, get into the creators program, and, like, even on YouTube, how many subscribers you got to get until you get. So yeah, it it's kind of a mind fuck. like it's kind of a mind fuck for us because we're not here for everybody. So that kind of like, and when I say we're not here for everybody, people are not going to see us for us, especially my 5 lines. You're projected. Like, you ever been in a situation where you knew the person you was talking to did not see you for who you was? Like, just, you could tell by the way they talk to you. You could tell by what they say. You just tell by the mannerisms that they don't see you. And because they don't see you, they can't value you for who you are. I have been in many situations like that where while the person was talking to me, I was like, yeah, there were many, oh, this is the last time we're gonna talk. There were many of those. And I had to be okay with, at first it was difficult because I was like, damn, another one? Because I'm thinking back to the numbers. Damn, only 2 friends now? Damn, only one? Like, ooh. Do you feeling the energy? Because I'm feeling the fucking energy. Feeling the fucking energy. But, and I'm not even looking at my nose. All right. I had to be like, all right. The people who see me and recognize me, and you could tell, right? You could tell who sees you versus who doesn't. First, if you can't tell, you just gotta work on trusting your feelings. You gotta work on whatever is blocking you between you and yourself, because you could feel it. You could tell who recognizes you and who doesn't. The people who recognize you, they speak your language. Like, it's a certain language that you guys have to speak. And even when there's disagreement, it's still a certain language. So it's like, it shouldn't be hard to like, it shouldn't be, but then I get it. I look at the whole we're not for everybody trope as protection, because I don't want to be for everybody. I don't know. Like, I understand in business terms, like, the numbers matter, but on a real scale, like, I'm gonna get there when I'm supposed to get there, and I know I'm gonna get there. So I don't need to focus on the numbers, and that's what I had to start telling myself, because before I wasn't looking at it like that. I was on some, damn, I was even feeling bad about my work, my creativity, my art that I know that I'm doing an amazing job at, do my best, and if this is the best I could do, and I'm giving it all I got, and that is my best, and I was doing my best, and I'm proud of that shit, because I showed myself how capable I am a very long time ago, and that has built tremendous confidence that is priceless, you know? So at the end of the day, the numbers count, but the numbers really don't count. The whole we're not for everybody trope, right? We're not for everyone. It has to do with the fact that how many of you could relate to the fact that you're better with one-on-one interactions versus large groups. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I get so flustered and I start to become something else. Like, kind of like, you could just tell there's a barrier between me and whomever I'm around, because I'm overstimulated really fast. And I think what's happening now that I'm speaking about it, it could be my openness. It could be the fact that we are so we're easily be conditioned in a way to suck in and amplify the other's energy, right? So it could just be that, and the fact that maybe I can't control all these feelings, because I get overwhelmed really quick, and to a point where I'm gonna have to sit out. Like, some people could go to the club for like 4 hours, 8 hours. I'm gonna 2 hours tops. Probably once every 2 years. Now, I haven't been to a lit as club in mad long. They still do those. They still do. I like events, like cool R&B events. I feel like, to me, that's different. But anyways, going back to the topic, I find that I'm good with one-on-one interactions. I'm good with people that I'm like in, just like, I'm more focused on the person, and my energy is not going all these different places at once. Like I'm good. I want to say that that's similar to the fact that I'm not able to, was crazy, but For real, I don't feel called to date multiple people at once. Like, I'm good. Like, you have people who could date 5 people and be okay and still bored and still not having enough. I'm good. I see this. I see it. I see what's happening here. Here's the benefits of all of this, though. Like, yeah, it's irritating that not everybody's gonna see us. And I want to say one more thing. Like, there's this awful feeling when I'm engaging with someone that does not see me. The longer I stay, the more I feel it. And sometimes even after the interaction, I'm still feeling it. It's just this ill feeling of like tiredness, drained. And I made a vow to myself. The minute I see that the person I'm interacting with does not recognize me and it's not a correct invitation, I am leaving. Like, it's not gonna take me too long to leave, because no, I don't like that feeling. But going back to what I said, the benefits of all of this is the fact that we get to protect ourselves and our energy, and all of our interactions could have like this equal exchange. Yeah, that's another sign when it's a correct invitation, when you are recognized for who you are, is how's that exchange? How are you feeling versus how you're making the person feeling? Like, you doing all these nice stuff and you feeling like your cup is not being filled in return, you already know your answer. You already know it's time to cut that loose. You can speak about it, feel free, and then see what you're gonna do. But 9 times out of 10, I realize people, they're gonna do what you allow them to do and what you allow them to get away with. And they try it. People be trying. So here's another thing that came up for me with this topic. I think it's my last thing I'm gonna say. What came up was, at one point so I don't know if any of you have, where you knew you was here to guide people, whether you're a counselor, whether you're a wellness coach, whether you're in health, even business, doing consulting, and just anything that you're doing. Because whatever you are doing, your energy, by you just being there, you're already doing the job. You're ready, like, instantly. There's nothing that you have to do. What do you feel called to do? What is happening naturally? At one point, I was kind of confused about who am I supposed to guide, not realizing I was already doing the guiding. Look at the people around you. Who is constantly coming to seek your advice and insights? Who have already recognized you? Who knows you? Who understands you? Who's your audience right now? Who's commenting on your posts? Who's liking most of your posts? Who is reaching out to say, just to check in? Like, who are your people? They're all around you. I feel like it's so easy to miss out on what's happening in your immediate surroundings because you're just focused on the numbers that you do not have yet. Full of people that most of them don't even know you, don't see you for who you are. So that I had to come into terms with eventually. I had to be like, okay, and take note of that and actually cherish that. Cherish them, because they keep us alive. We are like, we light up when we're recognized. We like when someone says something that shows us that they know us. Like, because you wouldn't have said that if you didn't know me. Like, So just keep all these things in mind. Just keep all these things in mind. I'm here. I'm like coming up for this. Like, I usually say this when I'm on like voice note in my God sis, or I'm calling someone. I'm getting off the phone with someone. I'm like, I'm here, and that's my exiting quote. I'm here, so I'm exiting right now. Whew, I think I covered everything. I did. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Is this something that came to your mind? put me on into your business. Put me in your business. And ooh, next episode, we're gonna talk about we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about dating. We're gonna talk about dating. I feel like I know a lot about it. Um, and yeah, I'm gonna put y'all in my business next episode. So leave a comment, subscribe, like, share with your friends. If you know anyone or you're looking for a wellness coach, lifestyle coach, transformative coach, all the above, I'm your girl. Check out my website to see my availability and the things that I actually provide. I do readings on human design, astrology, numerology, also general readings, just like a one-on-one sesh if you want to just chat it up, you know. Holla at me.